Welcome back to the GBGuns Armory, and yes, might have noticed I did finally finish that wall. So now we have a complete wall of pistols, which is, I think, how it should be. I like rifles, I enjoy them. You guys don't seem to like my rifle videos, and reviewing them cost me way too much money, which is part of why I moved to just pistol-centric. Anyways, the point of these Armory series videos is to give more thoughts and feels, since the main channel videos and article are more about facts and performance, and sometimes it's on stuff that's been out for a while, so there's a greater chance that you're not watching the video to learn about the gun for the first time. You're watching the video to see if the experience of someone else matches your experience. If you have experience with the Canik MC9L or MC9LS or MC9, please share it with us in the comment section. Turn this into the Reddit thread. Anyways, this guy, basically the Canik MC9, but now with a 17-round magazine. Why should you care? Well, if you're like me and you have hands, I can get my whole hand on the gun. For appendix carry folk, I carry strong side personally, but for the appendix carry folk, I've heard that barrel length is more of the trouble for comfort and concealment than stock length, which means this is a great option for them. As a strong side guy, I need shorter here. Don't really care so much about barrel length, and in fact I prefer that it be over 4 inches, which this does not meet. I do not get to choose all the time what is sent for review, but I take it because I treat all guns fairly and will review pretty much anything that's sent. And I've had a long-standing relationship with Canik USA, as you guys may have noticed. Reviewed I think 13 or 14 models now, including some that aren't even on the US market anymore. So between this and the LS, the difference is the LS, I didn't know this when I filmed this video, the original review of this, is a little bit longer barrel. I think that's what I personally would have gone for, just to be closer to 4 inches. If you're wondering why I care about that 4-inch thing, it's because that's the SAMI spec for 9mm, so most of your ammunition is loaded to perform properly from a 4-inch barrel or longer. In the case of defensive ammo that you might want to use in a defensive gun, that means chances are the projectile is designed to work with the velocity that it gets from a 4-inch barrel. And if you send a hollow point too slowly from a short barrel, it may or may not open up the way it's supposed to. What ends up happening with hollow points when they're too slow, at least in my experience shooting gel, is they don't open. And so you end up basically shooting expensive ball ammo, or it opens a little bit, but it is not open to its fullest extent and perform as intended. If you shoot it too fast, you get shallower penetration. It opens up bigger, maybe bigger than it was intended to. And if you shoot it wicked fast, it might shed its jacket or come apart in the target. So I try to stick around 4 inches, just because no one wants to get shot with anything, and I'm sure someone who gets shot with a 3.5-inch barreled gun doesn't have dramatically different wound than someone shot with a 4.5-inch. I don't know. That would be something interesting to research one day. But what I did enjoy about this is being able to get my whole hand on it, and it was the first of the kind of the pseudo micros. I don't really count, like the Fuse with its 4.3-inch barrel. It's basically a full-size gun. This was nice to control a micro and sort of get the experience with micros that people with smaller hands have already had. So that made it kind of fair for banana hands like mine. I'm curious if Canik adding something with a longer grip inspired other large-handed people to look at the MC9, whereas they previously skipped it, or if you already had an MC9, are you inspired to move for the higher capacity and better grip, or is it something that kind of came out and you're like, well, it's another option and it didn't really move you? Let me know what your thoughts were. I appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.